What's going on, fam? Welcome back to the channel. For those of you who want a really quick analysis of the game, I'll throw up the FOT mob right now, and basically, as you can see, very straightforward in the first half. Really nothing much happened, 0-0, and then in the 53rd minute, we had a goal by Malik Stewart, and then in the 90+2, we had a goal by Ali Diakate, our center forward. A couple of yellow cards and some changes made in that time period, but that is the quick analysis. Here is the lineup as well. So as you can see, I am number 17, Noah Cavanaugh, playing on the left side. This says we're playing a 4-5-1. That's not really correct. It's more of like a 4-3-3. But yeah, there you go. So that is the quick analysis. Let's hop straight into the video. All right, so we'll play. So as you can see, here's our little starting 11 group and breaking off. This was a fantastic game for us in front of a record-breaking crowd. We had about 1,200 people at the game, which was absolutely fantastic. What an atmosphere. All the people are actually sitting right below the camera. We are in pink, going from left to right, and here is the kickoff. My first touch comes right here from our center back. Ball comes out to me, and there's a checking winger on the outside, but just gonna play back to our keeper. We're very early on in the game. Keep the ball flowing a little bit. Same thing from our center back as well. And I'm gonna put it up into that runner that's coming on. That was sort of one of the things we wanted to play a little more direct as well, and go from there. So here we go, recovering from a winger, and this is just 1v1 defending. Show him outside, he cuts inside, and then we're able to get that ball as well. Great play here from the center back, and that's just covering our man and then getting outside. So I'm gonna pause, no, actually we're good. So play, and then goalkeeper plays out there. So I'm gonna pause as I get it. Okay, perfect. So one of the things right here, as you can see with this picture, I trust our center back wholly. He's our captain as well, to make that move in between those two players. You saw he kind of tripped over the ball in accident. That's one of those situations where I would absolutely understand a player wanting to come and support, but I trust him, and I think at the end of the day, if I stay positionally in that wide position so that I'm an option for the goalkeeper once he gets that ball back from the center back, that is great tactical awareness there. So that's just something to think about as an outside back. Just make sure you're positionally in a place where you can help support your teammates in a place that's easy for them to find you. All right, play. Bring the ball up a little bit, right into our winger, and then I'm looking for that 1-2 around. Unfortunately loses it there, but that's okay. Ball out from the keeper, turn, and we're gonna play back to the keeper, just kind of, again, keeping the ball. We're really trying to build that possession through. So now we're higher up the field, as you can see, building up possession. Great awareness from the center back, and a good ball into right on top of the 6. Keeper does a good job of coming out. So I'm gonna pause. Okay, so I'm gonna run that back as that same play so you guys can see it again. One of the things that I'm watching for is as my center back is driving forward, you watch the eyes of their right back go straight back to my center back and watch him and watch the ball. As soon as that happens, because he doesn't have cover behind him, I'm able to dart in behind him, kind of a diagonal run in behind. So you guys can see it with the slow-mo, with the replay and all that stuff, but that's just a really interesting thing to think about with winger, especially for outside players. This is particularly relevant. You see it happen at the top level all the time, but as soon as that outside back is able to sees me, watches me, is like, okay, he's fine, almost turns his shoulder towards the ball to try to press, that's exactly when I can exploit that gap in behind and get a cross in. Maybe a little bit closer to the PK spot would have been ideal for that cross, but that's a really dangerous area. Keeper, again, does a good job of coming out. All right, so we'll play. Next is a long ball, and this is just a great cover from our goalkeeper coming out. Fantastic, just wanted to highlight that really quick. And here we go, good cover there, just bodying him as he runs across our back line. Little pass into the center mid, and we're able to build out. So no issues there, retaining possession, and then I'm gonna pause. Okay, perfect, look at this picture. So you can see our line is a little bit skewed, and for that reason, the winger is able to sit a little bit higher. Now we have the outside back, the right side center back, the left side center back, and me. And in this game in particular, this run was made by that outside mid, or outside forward, I guess, multiple times. He kept doing it over and over and over and over again. And so it ended up just being a question of, okay, I'm just gonna follow him as he comes across me, or communicate with my center back, the left side center back, as he comes across my left side center back. So one of us, whoever he runs in front of, that's the responsibility of that runner. So all I'm doing, as you can see in this picture, as this guy's winding up, there's a guy on the far side at the top of your screen. That's the right back. Our winger has pretty good coverage on him. I would probably say if you were to pause it right here, I'd pull him probably 5 meters further back just so he can cover. But that left winger that I'm playing with is probably the fastest player in the league, so I don't really stress too much about it. But again, this picture from a defensive standpoint is great because it really shows you what that defensive cover run looks like as this ball comes across. So we'll play, and he does play the ball to the right mid, or the right back, and we're able to recover no issues as our players come across. So that's just an example. All right, keeping him down the line. This is just smart, don't bite, don't bite. We're able to get and pressure back. Cross comes in, I duck right at the last minute because I see our goalkeeper coming out, and good interception there. Oh, actually, never mind. So that's just a miss, just didn't quite get there in time, but watching my back, you can see me check my shoulder. Good save by the goalkeeper. So pause quick. All right, one of the plays, and I'll run this back as well so you guys can see it. So one of the plays that they did quite a bit was they would get the ball to the outside back, play the ball into a center mid who is checking, and that center mid would cut the corner to the player that I was marking, or to on the other side to the player that our right back was marking. That play happened like 3 or 4 times. You guys will see it happen 3 or 4 times, and you can very easily tell, like, it's pattern recognition. And in the game I was like, okay, as soon as that center mid checks, I'm watching for his body language. He checks his shoulder and I know he's going to try to cut the corner either up and around my head or straight into the feet of the checking guy, and I'm able to get there much quicker as I start to read that play that they do over and over and over again, right? So play. Okay, now watch this again. So there we go. So checking, and then just a little bit of patience, play up and over the right back to our 10, and he drives forward from there. I think we end up swinging the ball around, so nothing really to say there. All right, then ball there, and then I'm going to pause right there. Okay, so this is a scenario where I probably, if I was doing this again, I would probably just play it back to our center back, who did a great job of dropping about 5 or 7 meters backwards. So as our midi plays the ball back to me, kind of with the outside of his foot, it's a little bit of a hospital ball, but like that doesn't matter. I can just turn my body position and fizz it back into our center back just to keep possession of the ball. In this case, I just decided to pump it long, and the other goalkeeper actually ends up getting it. So we'll play, and you can see, just clear our lines, get out, and stay in our block. Next play, ball comes over, and again, really doing a good job covering that guy, heading back to the goalkeeper, so no issues there. Ball out from the center back, nothing on. Probably could have played our winger checking in, but that's okay. There's that corner ball again, and then there it is. So you read it, and then you play the winger who's ahead now, and then we're able to move forward from it. Unfortunately, they win the ball back, but there you go. Here's that same ball. See the cover run? So again, so I'm going to pause actually right here. So again, you see those cover runs over and over again. I'm going to play it back in slow-mo, and you're going to watch as the winger starts to come across. You see the center mid on the other team pick his head up, and I know he's going to try to hit that run every single time. And so I'm just body checking him and then really quickly getting in front so I can intercept that ball. And the end of this play, in just a second, it'll go straight into our center forward. So it's a good clearance as well, like kind of directional clearance into our center forward. But that's, again, pattern recognition. You're seeing the same kind of plays over and over and over again. All right, play. There you go. So we're able to win and retain possession there, which is great. Good. Good there. Ball comes over. I just need to shoot this. Hit it back, cross. There was nobody there, unfortunately. That's a great ball, but it's just I need to shoot that. And my coach was like, you scored last week. You need to shoot. I was like, yeah, fair enough. All right, here we go. Driving play forward. Not really any options here. Maybe I was a little gung-ho, tried to play it into our winger. Pause, actually. So what I told him afterwards was, what I'll do is I'll I'll do like a recording on screen. But basically what I tried to explain to him was, as I move, if I'm gonna cut inside, stay wide. But if I'm gonna drive in the lane on the far left-hand side of the field, I need that guy to come in to either draw a defender away, or it gives me a great lane to pass it diagonally forward into him. So that's the type of communication, and this has nothing to do with the winger or me in this case, but as an outside back and a winger, really understand who's occupying the vertical space in a football pitch, right? So you think about spaces. There's 5 vertical spaces on a football pitch. You can look this up online, but it's fairly easy to find. When you're on vertical space on the far left-hand side, which I am the majority of the game, if I tuck in as a center mid, then fair enough. But for the majority of the part, I'm on the left side. And between me and the winger, we have to be like this as opposed to like that. So as I was driving forward toward, if I'm driving towards the camera, so to speak, and he's on the far left-hand side, you'll see this on the video. If I'm driving towards him, he needs to either move out of the way or check behind me or get into a different vertical space so that we're not clogging. And it's my fault for playing him the ball like that, but it's also on him to make sure that, okay, I understand he's driving, instead of driving inside, he's driving at me, so I need to get out of the way and pull a defender away. Does that make sense? So that's something just to keep in mind. And we'll play. Same corner ball, this one just in the air, and make a good header out, and our center mid gets the ball and is able to get out of it, which is great. So again, pattern recognition, same. Ball out to me, center mid checks, just playing the ball, no one in the box, and so we're just gonna recycle the ball. Here's the next little sequence that I'll show you guys of possession. So ball comes in, we're gonna play in and around, kind of try and suck them forward a little bit so we have opportunities to go in behind. And we'll just play this. I'm involved in several little moments here, so all good there. Just being patient, trying to draw them out, and then we're able to play between lines, ready, bang. So now we're able to play and then fizz into our forward, and look at that, right? So just patience. All right, we're into the second half now. So second half, ball gets played over the top. I'm not actually part of this play, so it'll keep going. And here we go. So first touch of the game is just a little patience. This is what I should have done in the other side. Play to the far side so that the goalkeeper has plenty of time and space to hit that as far as he can up. Doesn't go very far, to be honest, but maybe that was just on me. And then just putting a body on that guy so he doesn't go forward and get around us, which is great. Next little shot here is a little bit of a clearance up the field as best I can. And we're win it, and we get to break. Next ball from the 6 comes over to me, and my immediate pressure, we're just gonna play a center back, keep the ball. We're getting some pretty good momentum here. Here's a great ball from our outside mid, and we're able to, nothing there really. It's a 1v3 in the midfield, so no issues there. Little bounce into our 6, and then we roll out from there. You can see I'm inverted as well. Pull a guy down a little bit. I just don't want him passing me. We had cover from the 6, but I figure we're in a good spot. Ball comes over from the keeper and drive forward a little bit. And a little bit of a telegraph pass. Got pretty lucky there. Here's our first goal. So great win by the 6. 9 turns it around, able to get to our 10. 10 fizzes a beautiful ball into our winger, the guy who I said was like the fastest guy in the league, runs onto it and finishes. Absolutely beautiful. What a moment for our team. Absolutely fantastic. Really good finish. Fantastic ball from the number 10. Excellent work there. All right, so now I'm gonna paint a picture for you in this play. So watch what happens. So I'm gonna bounce it and then watch. So as I see that ball coming into our other side center back, he's gonna fizz it around and watch what happens. Pause. Okay, so see what happened there? So I went from playing an outside back to tucking inside to the midfield because I noticed, and you can see his head on the bottom of your screen, our number 10 has pulled out wide into my position, which means for me? I wanna get him on the ball because he's super creative and he's very good on the ball. I wanna get him on the ball. So I'm gonna sacrifice my own space, get out of that space, into a position where I'm almost playing as like a double pivot, and I'll show you guys this on a screen as well. so that he can get that ball into feet. Whether he does or not actually doesn't matter, because the balance of the team is as good as it needs to be right now. If I was in that space, what happens is if 3 of you are in a tiny little area of the field, it makes it very easy for a team to press and have more defenders in that area. But because I pulled out of that space, it's now essentially a 2v0 in that space. Or if 2 guys go to press, I'm the 3rd man in that triangle and we can play out of it. Does that make sense? So that's a really good thing for, especially for outside backs and for midfielders too. If you're a midfielder and you want to pull out into that wide space, tell your outside backs to shift in and rotate into that space. So that's just something to keep in mind too. All right, so we'll play. So you can see there, drives forward and is able to play our actually through the lines, which is even better. So ball from the center back, and then I'm going to play little chill here, and I'm going to play up into the center forward. Little ping ball, does a good job of winning that, and we're able to win possession, which is fantastic. So there we go, and then I overlap really quickly just to get numbers above, but we're really chill here. I don't want to like rush that play. I just want to get numbers in the attacking third. Ball comes in behind, and this is such a weird play here. So I win it, but then it rolls behind me, and then I'm able to take a little touch and play it into the center back who, because of the way the ball spins and stuff, it was all over the place. Won the ball there, just beating my man and going from there. Cool. Long ball in from the keeper, little header ball there, really good win in the air. So good stuff as well. Ball comes out from the 6, no issues. Played it out to the 10, and we're just going to recycle. Played into our 10, who popped out wide. Great feet from him. Here's another opportunity maybe to play the goalkeeper if I'm smart there, but we're able to get out of it, no issues. And then here's, we're just going to keep playing here and turn. So again, a lot of this is like just getting rotations correct. See, there's my rotation again. So I pull in, so then I can bounce with that number 10, and it's much harder to defend. They suck out, and then we're able to turn and get away from it. So again, really, really important. So here's a great run too, great pass, and just another cross. One of those, just need to cut it back just a tiny bit more. Good opportunity though. Potentially a good finish could have been on the end of that. Here's another getting physical with the outside back, or outside mid, excuse me, and just getting just in his face. Here's another one, little poke, and we're able to win possession, which is great. Long ball from the keeper, little header ball into the center mid, does a great job of hitting our center back, and then we're able to get forward. All right, there's another run, so I'm going to pause there. Okay, so as you have probably heard me talk about in the past with the rotation of the outside back and the winger. If our team is, if somebody's attacking us and the winger gets the ball, I'm the outside back, that's my mark, I step to him, and the winger or the outside back overlaps him, it's my job to go with the runner, and it's the winger's job or the midfielder's job to then step sideways into the ball. What that does is that then doesn't have us doing this. We don't, as a defense, we don't want to interchange behind it. I don't want my runner running behind me to try to defend somebody. I'm closer to the runner, I'll go with the runner, you're closer to the ball, you go to the ball. Make sense? So you guys can see it on screen, and it's very, very easy to tell when that rotation gets screwed up, because teams that don't know how to defensively stay in position like that are very easy to get around. In this case, the winger actually popped inside so much that I could basically body check him and follow the runner as I knew that ball was coming into, and you guys will see the replay of this as well, as the ball was coming into the outside back who was overlapping. I had told my winger, hey, just be aware of this guy. And then I checked off of him so that he couldn't run in behind. You kind of get off balance, and then I'm able to jump to that ball and win that ball, right? So that's just a defensive rotation you guys need to be aware of as well. So we'll play last couple plays of the game. Here, next shout, in from our center mid, keeping possession to our 6, and then he's able to play out of it. Lovely, ball comes there, and then we're free for the goalkeeper to come out. Takes it back into his box, no issues. Here's another win, just get in front of my mark and play it into our 6. So great stuff there. Great cross. Here's our second goal. Boom. alley. And then he does the little celebration. The whole crowd like did it with him too, which was pretty cool. So that's our second goal. Fantastic. You can see the smile on my face, just absolutely thrilled. Big win for us against a good team. So yeah, well done from the keeper. Good tracking run. Again, here's a situation where good tracking run and good cover from the 6 and the center back as well. Last touch for me. And I'm just going to punt this as long as I can. So there you go. All right, so a couple things that I take from this game is 1, great team win, 2, really good understanding of pattern recognition. So the 2 that I talked about, the major 2 that I talked about were 1 is the around the corner ball. So outside back plays to center mid tries to first time it over my head or right into the, into the winger. And then the second being that defensive rotation is really, really important to understand. So being able to intercept balls in those areas where those players are getting, those rotations are happening. So very, very important there. 1 or 2 things I think I can improve on from this game. 1 is just being patient, even if it's a situation where I think I can, hit it long. Either 1, hit it straight to a teammate, or number 2, I'm able to turn and play with our goalkeeper who has good feet. So that's the first thing that I think I can improve on. The second thing I think I can improve on is I think just taking chances when I have them, like that shot and the crosses, just making sure that I'm really, really, I had 2 crosses and 3 should have been a shot. 1 of them should have been a shot. And just to take those, you're right. Like I'm on top of the 18. I don't get that opportunity very often as an outside back. And I think it's really important to take those opportunities as they come, both from a, if I want to move up levels, I need to score goals and I need to show impact. And so that's a way that I can show impact. On the flip side of that, it's really good for our team. So more importantly right now, it's really good for our team. So if I can shoot and get in that position and score goals like I did last game, it's a fantastic thing. So hope you guys got value from this video. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I will leave my link to the Patreon down below, which you guys get full access to the weekly schedule for all of the different videos that come out each week. So you get pre-release content on that as well, plus little discussions and DMs as well, which I get to first thing in the morning. So thank you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. As always, be awesome. Take care. I'll see you guys in the next video.